may not always do jobs. I may not always even train dancers, but I always want to have my own personal movement practice. Whether you are going to wake up at 8 a.m. or you want to do it at night or whenever you feel like you have time, I think it's very, very important for all of us dancers to have that time where we get to work on our own personal movement. We are back. I got my guy MJ here right behind the camera. As you can tell by the title, this is about why I wake up at 8 a.m. Well, not why I wake up, but why I'm in the studio by 8 a.m. And this is not every single day, always, but for the most part, most days I'm in here by 8 a.m. But if you are new, make sure first you subscribe, you like. We live and breathe based off of your comments. That's what guides these videos from the desk of Antoine Troupe. First part I want to talk about is just the importance of having a personal practice. And that's kind of the overarching theme behind this video and why I want to make this video. No matter what dancer, if you want to be a professional dancer or you're a competition dancer, I know a lot of us can get so caught up in a routine of going to rehearsals and taking classes and doing other people's movement, or dance becomes a job. And the more it just becomes a job, the more you kind of fall out of love with it, especially when you have to deal with all the stresses and pressures that come along with a job or being in competition in any way. And I've realized this because I went a long time where I kind of stepped away from dancing on my own at home, not choreographing, not making up anything for the sake of putting it out to the world, but just dancing because I love to dance, just me and the music. And that's how I started dancing. That's my therapy. It's my escape from the everyday woes and issues and problems, just allowing me to just escape and just not think, you know, not good, bad, or indifferent, but it just allows me to just focus in on something. And I think sometimes there's kind of like a stigma around freestyle. And that's why I specifically said personal practice and not freestyle. It's just simply just working on your own movement for you. When I'm in here early in the morning by myself with the music on, I'm really just exploring my movement, exploring space and researching movement. And I think that's a beautiful, amazing thing. And I want to be able to do that forever. I may not always do jobs. I may not always even train dancers, but I always want to have my own personal movement practice. Whether you are going to wake up at 8 a.m. or you want to do it at night or whenever you feel like you have time, I think it's very, very important for all of us dancers to have that time where we get to work on our own personal movement. Another reason is focus. That early in the morning, I feel like the world is quiet. There's not a lot going on. There's not a lot of distractions. I also try to not go on social media before like 10 a.m. So it really allows me to have that quiet time. It almost feels like my own kind of meditation. It's meditation through movement. And there's no better time than early in the morning when everything else is quiet. But for me, that time, 8 a.m. in my life is the best time for me to really just focus on my craft and nothing else is disturbing me. You know, everybody's different. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's lifestyle is different. So I would really encourage you to find that time in your life where you can just get quiet, the world gets quiet, turn the phone off, and just lose yourself within the music. Third and final thing is simply a personal challenge. There's a quote from Les Brown that I really like. Les Brown is like a motivational speaker, leadership coach. This has stuck with me for a long time. You must be willing to do the thing today others won't do in order to have the thing tomorrow others won't have. And for me, I feel like, you know, most people aren't waking up at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and then coming to the studio. And a lot of mornings I'm up at 6, go to the gym, and I work out at 6:30, and I try to do like an hour there, and then I come to the studio at 8 a.m. and then spend about 2 hours, usually training by myself. And then a lot of times I'll have friends come in, I'll have some of the KM dancers come in, I'll like throw choreo on them. I want to train different, and I think you'll start hearing us talk about that a lot more. I think it's time to redefine training. Most people are all training pretty much the same way, you know, open classes. It has its own kind of culture now, and it's such a huge thing, and it's a beautiful thing. But I think at the same time, we've lost a lot of the other sides of training. Just to reel it back in, for me, it's really just a personal challenge. That was just my own curiosity of what will happen if I'm up early every morning, really just working on my craft while everybody else is asleep. What difference will that make in my life? And it's definitely made a huge difference in my creativity, in my awareness of my body, and my freestyle for sure. How can you take things a little bit further for you in your training? What can you do different? If everybody's taking open classes, everybody's going this way, what happens if you go this way? What can you do in addition to that? Maybe you just take boxing classes, or maybe you're taking more yoga or some other kind of movement that teaches you more about your body or teaches you more about artistry, movement, and things like that. So that's going to be my challenge for you, is to figure out what that is. How can you train different? How can you take things a step further for you to learn more about yourself, mind, body, and soul? Always push yourself to learn new things. I'm even trying to learn Spanish right now. There's a Spanish book right here. It's really fulfilling for me. It opens up new spaces in your brain. As an artist, that's a very important thing for us to do. And it's a very just fun and just fulfilling thing to do. So keep exploring, keep challenging yourself to push things forward, push the envelope forward, and you'll be surprised at how much you grow in your life and just how much fun that is. Also, it's good to just break away from our normal everyday routine and introduce new things. So that's gonna be it for me. That is why I wake up and train at 8 a.m. every day. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please keep coming back and commenting, letting us know how these different things that we're speaking on affect your life and help you. Let's just have an open conversation. Make sure you subscribe if you aren't already. Make sure you comment, and we will see you again next week.